The second assumption, which informs the American view of choice, goes something like this. The more choices you have, the more likely you are to make the best choice. So bring it on, Walmart with 100,000 different products, and Amazon with 27 million bucks, and Match.com with, 15 million date possibilities now? You will surely find the perfect match. Let's test this assumption by heading over to Eastern Europe. Here I interviewed people who were residents of formerly communist countries who had all faced the challenge of transitioning to a more democratic and capitalistic society. One of the most interesting revelations came not from an answer to a question, but from a simple gesture of hospitality. When the participants arrived for their interview, I offered them a set of drinks, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, 7 to be exact. During the very first session, which was run in Russia, one of the participants made a comment that really caught me off guard. Oh, but it doesn't matter. It's all just soda. That's just one choice. I was so struck by this comment that from then on I started to offer all the participants those 7 sodas, and I asked them, how many choices are these? Again and again, they perceived these 7 different sodas not as 7 choices, but as one choice, soda or no soda. When I put out juice and water in addition to these 7 sodas, now they perceived it as only 3 choices, juice, water, and soda. Compare this to the die-hard devotion of many Americans, not just to a particular flavor of soda, but to a particular brand. You know, research shows repeatedly that we can't actually tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi. Of course, you and I know that Coke is the better choice. For modern Americans who are exposed to more options and more ads associated with options than anyone else in the world, choice is just as much about who they are as it is about what the product is. Combine this with the assumption that more choices are always better, and you have a group of people for whom every little difference matters, and so every choice matters. But for Eastern Europeans, the sudden availability of all these consumer products on the marketplace was a deluge. They were flooded with choice before they could protest that they didn't know how to swim. When asked, what words and images do you associate with choice? Gregors from Warsaw said, for me it is fear. There are some dilemmas, you see. I am used to no choice. Bodin from Kiev said, in response to how he felt about the new consumer marketplace, it is too much. We do not need everything that is there. A sociologist from the Warsaw Survey Agency explained, the older generation jumped from nothing to choice all around them. They were never given a chance to learn how to react. And Tomas, a young Polish man, said, I do not need 20 kinds of chewing gum. I don't mean to say that I want no choice, but many of these choices are quite artificial. In reality, many choices are between things that are not that much different. The value of choice depends on our ability to perceive differences between the options. Americans trained their whole lives to play spot the difference. They practice this from such an early age that they've come to believe that everyone must be born with this ability. In fact, though all humans share a basic need and desire for choice, we don't all see choice in the same places or to the same extent. When someone can't see how one choice is unlike another, or when there are too many choices to compare and contrast, the process of choosing can be confusing and frustrating. Instead of making better choices, we become overwhelmed by choice, sometimes even afraid of it. Choice no longer offers opportunities, but imposes constraints. It's not a marker of liberation, but of suffocation by meaningless minutiae. In other words, choice can develop into the very opposite of everything it represents in America when it is thrust upon those who are insufficiently prepared for it. But it is not only other people in other places that are feeling the pressure of ever-increasing choice. Americans themselves are discovering that unlimited choice seems more attractive in theory than in practice.